Hey, how's it hanging, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of the Good Doc Talk Stocks. Don't only get the likes up, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you get your stocks up as well, because again, our wealth will not build itself. Today, I want to talk to you guys about something that's been on my mind for a while. I want you guys to start treating your stock market portfolio like an ETF. Now, many of you guys will be like, Doc, what in the hell are you talking about? But give me a chance to explain. I don't believe in investing in ETFs, exchange traded funds. I don't really believe in stuff like that. I don't. Index funds, exchange traded funds, I don't invest in them. I invest in individual stocks. Again, that is by choice. If that's not your play, if that's not what you want to do, I understand. You go about your stock market investments the way that you opt to do so, okay? But for me, I like to treat my individual stock market portfolio fund that I've created for myself like an ETF. By that I mean, if something is not performing up to par, if something is not doing what I hoped or wished that it would do, I'll probably end up trading it out for another stock instead of adding more to it. I like to keep, since I've started my new chapter in this particular journey, since season 2 has started, I try to keep my fund or my investment portfolio with no more than like 20 stocks in there. No more than 20. That's just by choice. Now, maybe I might fluctuate and add another 5, but no more than 25. All right. I still think 25 is too much. But if you think about the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and all of that stuff, where they have over 100 freaking stocks in each of those index funds and traded funds, respectively, it's like, damn, how in the world can a person manage 100 shares at a time, be able to know about what's going on with 100 shares at a time, be able to know about what's going on with 500 shares at a time? I mean, to me, it's just a ridiculous amount of different stocks in there, and that really does spread. In my personal opinion, it spreads your profits extremely thin. If you ask anybody, the S&P 500 and things like that, all it does is track the overall market. And if you're just looking to play the market just to see and move the way the market moves, okay, perfectly fine. But I don't really see you benefiting a lot from that, as opposed to condensing and concisely picking stocks that you opt to be the best for your particular portfolio. I had Apple and I had Microsoft at one time. But in the back of my mind, and this is just an example that I'm giving, Microsoft is solid. Microsoft is awesome. Microsoft is the shit. All right. But I looked at it from a long term standpoint. I said, Microsoft's going to do big things. I see it. I believe in it. But as far as its pricing, up in the 200s or so, 220 or something last time I checked, I was like, what are the odds that I'm going to continue adding to Microsoft? Whereas I look at Apple, Apple just had a stock split. Apple has potential to get back up to 400, even though it's roughly trading at about 130, 140 at this moment. It has a chance to get back up to 200, 300, maybe even $400 per share. So the growth for that is there. And when I look at it, I'm like, yeah, this is probably a better play for me. Now, again, this is me not playing the entire market. This is me saying, you know what? I'm willing to bet what I have in my pocket on a particular stock. Now, again, is that risky? You bet your ass. Do I encourage you guys to make these decisions within 6 months to a year of having a stock? Only after it's been in your portfolio a sizable enough amount of time for you to make the decision to keep or to get rid of. That's when you start making those decisions. Okay. I would never tell you guys to do that after 1 month. Because again, if you're a long-term value investor, which I hope to prove to one day be, you're going to have to take your time, man. You're going to have to sit there and let things happen the way that they're happening. Okay. Don't sit there and just say, oh, well, this isn't performing what I thought it would in a month, and then bam, get rid of it. That don't make no sense. It doesn't at all. Prime example I could give you guys, I had Upwork at about $17, and it had nothing to do with its performance. I just took profits off the top, ended up kind of getting all the way out of it because I wanted to invest in some dividend funds. Like I was like, man, I was up like, I don't know, I was up a sizable amount. Next thing you know, bam, we're looking at trading up in the 50s now, so it's crazy. So you have to make sure you give your stock a chance to actually make some moves. Cool. So when I say I want you guys to start looking at your looking at your stock market portfolio like an index fund or an ETF, basically, if you see that things aren't performing the way they need to, you need to get them out because you're trying to increase your numbers. You're not trying to decrease your numbers. Okay. So just focus on the stocks that you have. I prefer a concise portfolio, man. I think anything more than 25, just in a personal opinion standpoint. I want you guys to be able to play each sector of the market as best as you can, but maybe one or two energy stocks, one or two tech stocks, a couple of acquisition stocks, some SPAC stocks. I mean, just some things to look into, and your consumer staples and stuff like that. Just a couple in every one of those fields, and I promise you, you shouldn't have no more than like 20. But if you're trying to play the market, man, that's what these index funds and these ETFs are made for, so that you can play the market. But I'm not here to play the market. I'm here to pick and choose what I think would opt to be the best for me going towards the future. And I think that you guys need to take a considerable look at that. I don't know how you guys choose to invest. I used to tell everybody that investing in ETFs and index funds is cheating because you're playing the entire market. So basically, you're like, well, if one sector goes down, then I'm not going to lose because the overall market is doing well. Hey, nah, man, I don't do that cheating shit. I joke about it, but I don't do that cheating shit, man. So I think that's just something to consider, man. Y'all take care and y'all stay blessed, man. Don't only get the likes up, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you get your stocks up as well, because our wealth will not build itself. All right, this has been a good doc. Y'all take care. Be easy. Peace.